Beyoncé is furious, and she is looking to make someone pay.
Kanye West launched an unprovoked attack on Jay-Z and Beyoncé's two youngest children, and Kim Kardashian, well, she has had enough. Now, Sarah, I know you have some exclusive details to share. Can you get us caught up?
That because Kanye got online and tweeted about Jay-Z's kids and, calling them the R word, Kim at this point is starting to take action legally to really make sure she has.
Kanye is doing, calling his kids retarded, and, it seems that his kids may have some type of, maybe autistic or something, I don't know.
Guys, Beyoncé has finally broken her silence, and from the way insiders are talking, she is not taking this lightly. After that leaked video of Sakata hit the internet, the entire entertainment world went into a frenzy. The footage spread like wildfire, and within minutes, social media was flooded with speculation, theories, and whispered conversations about why Beyoncé and Jay-Z have kept their sons so far away from the public eye. So is it true that Sir is on the spectrum? And if so, why have Beyoncé and Jay-Z gone to extreme lengths to hide him from the world?
How do you feel about the comments he made about Jay-Z kids?
What exactly did he say?
He called his kids.
He said it just like that.
Yeah, he wrote it on his.
That was wrong. Children are off limits. Kanye West owes Jay-Z and Beyoncé, and of course I'm a big Beyoncé fan. He owes the Carters an apology. Children are off limits. That was absolutely wrong. And if he has it, he needs to apologize, whether they accept it or not.
Now, it is no secret that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have 3 children, but everywhere you look, people almost ever see 2 of them, Blue and Rumi. Now, naturally, people have always wondered about Sakata. Unlike Blue Ivy and Rumi, he's been almost completely hidden, appearing only in carefully controlled moments. Now, a bombshell just dropped. That might explain why we truly never see him. You see, a rumored leaked video of Sakata has just hit the internet, and it's the first real, uncurated glimpse of him we've had in years. As you can imagine, social media is in an absolute frenzy. This isn't a polished, mother-approved photo. This is a raw, leaked clip, and fans and observers are losing their minds over his appearance, and specifically his movements. Now, Sir has always been the most enigmatic of the Carter children, kept almost completely out of the spotlight. But this video has thrown the door wide open on all the old rumors. In the clip, some viewers are describing the way he moves as unusual, almost like he's floating around. And honestly, the footage isn't what you'd call flattering. It's awkward, and it's immediately pushed all those old hush theories about his health and well-being right back into the center of the conversation. The footage spread like wildfire, instantly throwing social media into chaos. For a child who has been almost completely shielded from the spotlight since birth, this sudden exposure felt explosive. Now it's no secret that Sakata has always been the most protected of the Carter children. Rarely photographed, rarely mentioned, and almost never seen publicly. This leak shattered that bubble of privacy. What was meant to be a simple, private moment turned into a frenzy of hot takes, questionable theories, and exaggerated narratives. According to sources close to the situation, Beyoncé's team went into immediate crisis mode. There are whispers that phones were confiscated, NDAs reinforced, and several people are in serious trouble over how the clip got out. Some insiders claim Beyoncé is furious, viewing this breach not just as an invasion of privacy, but as a betrayal from someone within her tight inner circle. Online, however, the reaction has been brutal. Comment sections filled instantly with speculation, criticism, and demands for explanations, turning what should have been a harmless family moment into a public spectacle. One of the oldest and most persistent rumors online is the suggestion that Sakata might be on the autism spectrum. Now, this isn't new. It's been circulating in fan forums and comment sections for years. But this leaked video has acted like a jet fuel, causing that theory to gain massive traction. For many people watching, it seems to connect the dots between his unique movements in the clip and his lifelong absence from the public stage. The narrative gaining steam is that Beyoncé and and Jay-Z, being fiercely protective parents, have chosen to shield him from the overwhelming sensory chaos and scrutiny of fame. And when you look at the contrast, it is stark. Blue Ivy is practically a seasoned performer at this point, walking red carpets and appearing in music videos. Rumi is increasingly visible alongside her, but Sir, he's a ghost in the family narrative. This deliberate imbalance has always been the kindling for speculation. Now the family has addressed this indirectly. Beyoncé's mother, Tina Knowles, has previously stepped in to quell the rumors. She described Sir as a sweet, laid-back, and incredibly intelligent boy who simply prefers peace and quiet over the spotlight. She emphasized his fascination with numbers and his calm demeanor, framing his low profile not as a secret to be kept, but as a personality trait to be respected. But here's the thing about the internet in 2024. An explanation often doesn't kill a mystery, it feeds it. Supporters of the family say Tina's description perfectly explains everything. He's just a private, introverted kid. But skeptics hear that same description and see it as confirming their suspicions, just using different, more positive language. Now, this is where the analysis gets really interesting, because fans aren't just looking at the Carters in a vacuum anymore. They're starting to connect the dots to a broader, almost unspoken pattern in Hollywood. Look at the Kardashians, for instance. The daughters are the empire, constantly in the spotlight, on magazine covers and building billion-dollar brands. But the sons, they're often kept notably out of the frame, their lives far more private and protected. This has led to a huge question. Is this just a coincidence, or is there a deliberate, industry-wide strategy to showcase daughters while deliberately keeping sons sheltered from the public eye? Now back to Beyoncé. This is where her own words are being put under the microscope. In older interviews, when she's spoken about her daughters, the language is consistently about empowerment. She highlights their leadership, their confidence, their power, fitting them right into her legacy of fierce, independent womanhood. But when the topic shifts to Sir, her tone undergoes a noticeable change. It becomes less about projecting power and more about offering protection. She's spoken about a deep desire to shield him, specifically from the harshness of the internet, and to create healthier representations for him. It's a shift from preparing them to conquer the world to protecting them from it. This subtle but significant difference in language hasn't gone unnoticed. Many are interpreting it as a soft, indirect acknowledgement that surfaces unique challenges, perhaps neurological differences, that require a different kind of parenting strategy, one centered on safety and affirmation over visibility. Her expressed hope that he would grow into a man who knows his worth and affirms his place in the world is beautiful, but it also stands in stark contrast to the world-dominating destiny implied for her daughters. For a public that craves answers, this tonal shift isn't just a mother's intuition, it's the closest thing to a clue they've gotten, suggesting that the reason for Sir's seclusion is deeply personal, profoundly important, and fundamentally different from the path being carved out for his sisters. Despite the swirling rumors and the viral video, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have maintained their signature, unshakable silence. Neither the Carters nor their representatives have issued a statement, denied the claims, or given any clarification about Sir Carter's situation. And for a family known for controlling their narrative with surgical precision, that silence is loud. But the lack of response has only intensified the frenzy. Online debates have exploded, with fans split down the middle. Some argue fiercely that the Carters owe the public nothing, especially when it comes to their children. To them, the silence is simply a sign that the family is prioritizing Sir Carter's well-being over public curiosity. Others, however, believe the silence is adding fuel to the fire. They insist that a simple statement, even a brief reassurance, could shut down the rumors flooding social media. But every hour that passes without one pushing the speculation into new, wilder territory, the pressure on the Carters is mounting. Comment sections, fan forums, and gossip sites are demanding answers, and the leaked video has put their privacy-first approach under intense scrutiny. Yet those who know the couple best say this is exactly why they're staying quiet. Beyoncé has built an empire on mystery, control, and silence, and breaking that pattern now could set a precedent she's avoided her entire career. Whether the Carters will eventually address the situation or continue to stand firm in their silence remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the world is watching. The rumors are are only growing, and the family's next move or lack thereof will shape the narrative from here. Anyway, the leak of Sakata's video has reopened a complex and emotional conversation about privacy, protection, and the relentless curiosity that surrounds celebrity families. For years, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have kept their twins out of the spotlight, allowing them to grow up without the constant gaze that follows their every move. But with one unauthorized clip, that bubble has burst, and suddenly the world feels entitled to answers. Fans and critics alike are demanding clarity. Some argue that silence is making things worse, allowing rumors to snowball into full-blown narratives. Others insist the Carters owe the public nothing, especially when it comes to their children's health, development, or personal lives. Now the couple is at a crossroads. Do they break their long-held silence to protect their son from speculation? Or do they stay true to their commitment to privacy, even as the noise grows louder? As the internet continues to buzz with theories, hot takes, and armchair analysis, one question rises above the chaos. Should Beyoncé and Jay-Z finally speak out? Or is silence still the strongest form of protection they can offer Sakata? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Till next time, bye.